Hello everyone, this is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we're going to talk about the top 3 fake, illegal, just horrible ways, actually horrible fees that get added to car deals more than you think. Of course, at the dealership that I worked at, we didn't do these types of practices, but we noticed that a lot of guys that came in, that came in from other dealerships, they would come in and of course they would try to, put these things on paper, and as we would see them, it was like, okay, this obviously you cannot do this here. Okay, so, and what's amazing to me is that, of course, as I did more research throughout the years of working at the dealership, I found out that a lot of places do things like that. A lot of individuals do it and they let it fly. It's horrible. So what fees should you guys look out for? Okay, number 1 is what they call a reconditioning fee, also known as a recon fee. Okay, it is complete BS. All right, and I hate to say it like that because well, okay, first off, let's break what you may think it is and what it actually is. So reconditioning technically is a procedure that is done. The vehicle goes through, let's say a trade-in comes in, because this is normally on used cars. Okay, this particular fee. The used car comes in, no matter where they buy it from, no matter if it's from a private seller, an auction, a trade-in, doesn't matter. And the vehicle goes through, the normal inspection process. After the inspection, it then has a repair list. They decide what they're going to fix and what they're not going to fix. Then, of course, they go ahead and have the mechanics, fix it, or the repair shop, or whatever their process is, right? Right after that, it normally goes to the detail shop. Some places that don't have a lot of, funds to kind of do all that, they just got their regular porters. They clean out the car, wipe some stuff down, and they put it back out front, okay? Now, when you're buying the car, you're going to notice that they're going to have it called RECON. That's short for reconditioning, also known as a recon fee. Okay, so a customer does not have to pay a recon fee because that's the dealership. The dealership is going to keep the car clean and get it maintenance and things of that sort anyway. That's what it really is, okay, if it's the closest to anything. So at the same time, you're probably thinking, oh, well, you know what? Yeah, I want the car to be clean. I want it to be, detailed, and I want under the hood to be wiped down and all the rest of that stuff. You don't have to pay for that is the whole point. There is no such thing as a reconditioning fee, a recon fee that you have to pay for. It's just like saying, hey, we took this car in on trade. It needed some brakes. You want us to fix the brakes or not fix the brakes? They don't give you that option. The vehicle has to be safe in order for you to buy it from them, okay? Now, the difference, of course, would be completely different if you bought a car off the street from someone. But then again, there wouldn't be any reconditioning fee or anything like that at all because technically, you wouldn't, that wouldn't be on paperwork, so, but I've seen recon fees as high as $1,000, okay? So imagine paying for a car and then, of course, now having an additional $1,000 fee that you think you have to pay. You're probably like, well, who in the world will pay for that? Well, let's say if you sell, I don't know, let's say a typical dealership, let's say, well, every dealership is different, but let's say that they sell 80 cars and 40 of them had reconditioning fees. Guys, that's 40 grand. All right, so even if they negotiated it, they say, you know what, instead of paying $1,000 for a recon fee, we'll go ahead and just do it for $250. You're still picking up extra money that doesn't exist. Okay, there's no service, so there's nothing really being involved with that. So look out for that. That's number 1. Number 2, now this technically may be a fee in California, maybe only, okay, just only California. The reason why I bring this up is because they do their emissions a little bit differently. In California, there's a lot of air pollution. So because of that, they have what they call a smog fee. Now, this particular smog fee does not have anything to do with the smog inspection or, whatever the emissions are, things of that sort. At the dealership, there is no smog fee that you have to pay for. Anything that's not, which I'll get to number 3 in a couple seconds, and when I explain it, you'll kind of get a feel for it. But the reason why I bring this up is because a smog fee has nothing to do with a client, and the dealership is going to try to disguise it like it has something to do with the EPA or safety regulations or something like that. There is no such thing. And I say that because California is probably the only place where there may possibly be a smog fee or not, but at the same time, it shouldn't be customer based. If anything, it has to be dealership based or ownership based, which means that once you own the car, then of course you have to do that, whatever your emissions process is with the state of California. But here in Illinois, we've seen smog fees. It's like, what is that? It is complete BS. It's nothing that you have to pay for, so look out for that. So number 1 is recon fee. Number 2 is smog fee. Number 3 is anything that's not on this list, okay? When you go to the dealership and you decide to purchase a vehicle, there's going to be what you call not just necessarily out the door numbers, but there is what you call, I forgot the name of it, but it'll come back to me, the actual name. But on this particular sheet is pretty much the entire breakdown, okay? So it's kind of like, you know, if you wanted to see, it's called a write-up sheet. That's exactly what it's called. It's where they write up all the numbers that's going to be in front of you. Of course, on that's going to be the price, the interest rate, the term, when your first payment is, the taxes, okay? Then you have, of course, the license, registration, and title, which you can break all that down. And then, of course, the only other fee that would be on there would be a doc fee. Now, a doc fee is 100% legal. It is 100% supposed to be on the write-up and everything else. And the doc fee goes up every single year. When I first started selling cars at the dealership, I think the doc fee was like maybe $150. Now it's up to like $188. But that's in a 6-year period, so it's nothing like crazy, okay? But again, that's just another way for the government to make money. But that's it. So you have the price, you have the interest rate, the term, when's your first payment is going to be due, of course, the monthly payment, the taxes, the license, the registration, then of course you're going to have your doc fee, and then you're going to have the final number. Now, if you start adding stuff to that, like, you know, gap, which is optional, a warranty, which is optional, then other protection plans and interior plans and stripes, pinstripes, or whatever you're doing with the vehicle. But other than that, those are the only fees that are supposed to be in there. So anything that's not on that list, 9 times out of 10 is garbage, okay? And you can always Google stuff too. You know, if you get like a write-up sheet, or if they write down, you know, the fees and all the rest of that stuff, you can always just look at it and then, of course, just Google it and just see if it's real or not, okay? So either way, I just want to give you guys a heads up on everything. So hopefully that video was helpful. So if you like it, you want to most definitely give it a thumbs up. And then, of course, if you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe, as we have a lot more great content on the way. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.